Anonymous donates $50 and says, more Castlevania. Will you accept Bloodstained as a substitute? It's good enough, right? I think so. And I think we are ready for Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon with Laxxus. Take it away.
All right, welcome. I'm Laxxus, and I will close out the Castlevania block with Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon. Not a Castlevania by name, but it's basically a spiritual successor to Castlevania 3, which we saw right before that. So let's introduce my couch.
Hi, I'm Kaubocks.
Strider86.
TheBlacktastic, and since he doesn't have my mic, he is Rondecuba.
All right. They all ran some Bloodstained. Well,
Maybe a time or two.
most of them. And, well, let's get started. Since the incentive was met pretty quickly, we will play Nightmare Mode. So, I will let you know when to start the timer. It's when I gain control of the character. So it's like in 3, 2, 1, go.
Awesome.
It's really hard to time that kind of thing.
It really is.
Yeah, I never even try.
So this is Castlevania 3 EX Super Turbo Championship Edition, basically.
Yeah, basically.
This is an additional mode that you would unlock when completing the normal mode with a favorable ending, or the bad ending. Do you want to correct me on that?
It's been so long, I don't even remember the specifics, to be totally honest. You're talking to somebody that doesn't delve into the realm of nightmare that often.
All right, so when completing the game once, you unlock this nightmare mode, of which Zangetsu has fallen to Gremory, the final boss, and is actually taking control of him through the illusion of the night. So it's up to his 3 allies that he gained throughout the quest. Miriam, who is a shard binder and is doing all these crazy zips. Alfred, who's an alchemist and spellcaster, and also Jibel, who is an expert shard binder in his own right.
And not Alucard.
Definitely not Alucard.
No.
Definitely not Alucard.
No. You're going to see some really sick sickle strats here.
Hopefully.
You will.
Just having all 3 of these characters right from the start of the game enables so much nonsense.
Yeah, that's the fun part about Nightmare. You have those 3 characters in the first stage, so you can do all those zips and this crazy strat here.
Woo.
So what
Very
happens with this is when you... that's basically the most important zip in the game. So when you freeze an enemy or a sickle, then after a while it starts blinking to show that it's about to thaw. And for some reason the sickle regains its hitbox when it starts blinking, and it hits 23 times over 3 seconds. So with 2 of those sickles inside the hitbox of the boss, it just destroys it.
Also, a really neat note as well that because Jibel's bats don't actually interact the same as other weapons, he can't destroy projectiles and things like frozen sickles. And he obviously had the benefit of being able to sit on top of those sickles and actually get in additional shots.
Yeah, and we should actually talk about those.
We just glossed right over those.
Yeah, so most of those zips are really easy. I actually did that wrong, but that's okay. So when you freeze an enemy and you fly into it, and if you are not too far above the ground, you transform back from bat form. You just fall through the floor into the room that is located below.
As you'll see later, we're also going to be doing it through walls. Boundaries are more of a suggestion in this run.
I made a mistake, but that's okay. Didn't have enough weapon points there.
All right, so what he described right there was an increase in weapon energy. So he went from 20 to 30 weapon energy. There are upgrades throughout the game, and they do impact all characters. So the health upgrade does give a bonus health bump to every character. And of course, the weapon energy is spread across all, so it applies equally as well.
Yeah, in order to use every character's special abilities to its maximum, you definitely want to stay topped up on that weapon energy, especially since things like Alfred's Ice Arrow and Miriam's Axe takes anywhere from like 5 to 6 weapon energy at a time.
The axe is possibly the most overpowered sub-weapon in the game, in my opinion.
When combined with ice specifically, the way that the ice works, I guess we should explain this. The way that the ice works is your next hit will do double damage. And what you actually saw at the very start of that fight is he froze the enemy, or he froze the boss, and then when he threw his axe, not only did he get the double damage from the ice, he actually got an additional hit with the axe on the same swing when the enemy moved into the hitbox for a second time. So yeah, the axe is definitely overpowered. It does 25 normally, so 50 when done with ice. And your normal attack does like 4.
Yeah.
So
It adds up pretty
Miriam's
quick.
whip does 4, so
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
insanely
crazy.
quintessential to stay top up on that weapon energy. And also, if you are a Jeeble and you open up, or sorry, if you break one of those purple candles, you'll always get a big vial that's worth 5 weapon energy.
Yeah.
Routing weapon power is a big part of speedrunning this game.
Yeah, if all of your characters do die, they just restart with their default weapon. So it's gonna take it would take a longer time to set up.
So I picked up the sickle again to do a zip with it. That's actually the most precise zip in the game. There you really have to be on a correct position to get it.
And you guys didn't see it because he fell down onto it so quickly, but he actually got a health upgrade there too.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of need that for the next stage. So let's see if I can get that quick kill. It's pretty tight.
Put me to shame.
Yeah, we're still going to be abusing that ice and also the axe. Trying to move into the hitbox so we can get double hits when we move along that automatic
kill.
airback. But there we go.
Very nice.
One cycle.
Mega Rain Laxxus.
Swag slide.
So not only does hitting a frozen enemy do double damage, but that boss, when you hit him on the head instead of the gold pile, it also does double damage. So doing one frozen ice axe hit is 100 damage.
Yeah, each of the coins that you destroy, he does take 1 damage, but it's just not even really worthwhile.
Now, at this point in the stage, if you're playing normal, this is where you'd finally have the full party. So we just kind of blitzed through the first 3 stages of the game that would otherwise take a much longer time if you weren't playing Nightmare.
This stage was also the discovery of the first zip. This one's very simplistic. This is kind of like, if you're gonna start playing this game, this is definitely the easiest zip to tackle, in my opinion. Nice little slide off the ledge there to get extra momentum.
Right, so Miriam can slide, which we never really talked about.
She can slide, but what he actually did there is he did a double slide, because normally when you slide out of a gap, you fall straight down, but if you slide again while in the duration, you will get the extra forward momentum, and that actually propelled him onto that platform.
There has to be a ledge like right above your head
Yep.
in order to pull that off. Sliding is faster than walking, but the problem why you can't do it constantly is there's so much recovery at the end
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
not like a classic Mega Man game where like Mega
Yeah.
Man can jump out of a slide after so many frames.
The cooldown is pretty punishing.
Here we go, setting up for the zip.
So this is actually the advanced version. Beginners can do it off the golem off to the right there, and it's much easier, but that is technically the quicker version.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the most excited boss in this game.
You ready?
Are you ready? And look at that axe.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Time for a double dose.
In case you didn't know, those 2 dragon heads were actually just one big dragon head.
Oh, you missed.
I missed. I hope I don't die.
You should be fine.
Maybe.
Oh!
Oh! You're just keeping it exciting for everyone.
I was a bit scared.
You definitely weren't telling me before the run that it's very disastrous to die to the stage 4 boss.
Yeah.
Stage 4 worm runs
That's
come to die.
the worst thing to die to that boss, because I get sent to before the zip, and I either lose G-Bell, so I can't zip anymore, or I lose Miriam, then I just don't have the damage to kill the boss.
Yeah,
Or Alfred and you can't do the zip because you can't freeze anyone. There is literally no good scenario there.
Yeah.
you might have heard this song from the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night demo.
Oh, Ritual of the
This is
Night.
even the same stage, more or less. Same aesthetic,
Ship
at least.
theme. Yeah.
We didn't want to talk about Ritual of the Night.
Oh, I forgot that game.
So yeah, this game was actually a stretch goal from the Kickstarter of Ritual of the Night, which will come out at some point, maybe. I don't know.
Eventually.
Oh, God.
I kind of just want Curse of the Moon too.
I wouldn't say no to that.
So, oh, another zip.
Yeah, this has changed a little bit. Stage 5 has gotten a little more complex.
Yeah, that zip actually doesn't save any time. It just gives me some more weapon points, so it turns out to be better. And I mean, why would you not zip if you can?
Well, normally when you would go through this game, especially in like nightmare mode, where you wouldn't have like all of these cast of characters in the early stages, there are like some branching paths, little shortcuts that you can take through working together as a team. Small crevices that Miriam can slide through, or
For example, like this one here.
There were areas that I had to find after the fact that served no benefit, but like I played through all the modes and I definitely still went back after that. I was like, I've never seen that room.
Oh yeah. Sometimes when you're doing a speed run and it goes wrong and you end up somewhere new and you just go, what room is this?
And someone did some great maps at one point and I was like, there's something there?
yeah. Shout out to Alucard X50 who drafted a lot of the maps for this game.
They were super helpful, both
Yeah.
in routing weapon energy as well as planning out the zips and kind of getting a feel for where the rooms were in relation to each other.
We're already pretty much up to the boss here.
Yeah, this boss is kind of tricky because he's flying up in the air, so I have to time my exits pretty carefully to hit him.
You're also facing the wind resistance of the rain there.
Nice
So that-
start.
There you go, double damage with that axe. I'll try doing it again. Try
There you
There
go.
we go.
So I guess we shouldn't have maybe waited till the 5th boss to explain this, but every boss does have a desperation attack that you're seeing here. In the normal game modes, you cannot die to these attacks. The only benefit really is you can get a free life if you avoid the attack entirely and you don't get hit.
Yeah, you
but
get so many
You
points.
get a free life?
you do.
Yeah, you get so
Wow.
many points
Didn't
that it
know.
constitutes as a free life.
Yeah.
But this one is an exception because you can fall off the stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can die on this one, but not on the other ones.
Please don't try that in boss rush though, because desperation attacks can kill you in boss rush.
Yes.
This game has some great music. This is honestly my favorite track in the game.
I flip-flop as to which one I like best, but I agree. There's so many good ones that I just can't decide.
Yeah, I'm still for stage 9, but
Stage
Stage 9 is amazing. There you go. This room can actually be a bit troublesome. Those axe guys are a bit of a pain.
This
Yeah.
jump coming up is the worst in my opinion because you have these stairs next to the thing that you need to slide under. So when you try to input for the slide, you go down the stairs. So you want to try to be close to the wall to slide under it, but then if you slide too far, when you try to jump, you might just fall in the hole because you walk too far. It's weird little precisions like this. This game isn't very technically demanding for inputs on how to do a good speedrun. It's just about executing the few that you need to do really well.
Honestly, I have to say that like the growth period of this game was just so incredible. The community came together so heavy in terms of flushing out new strats, new tech that we could look at, things that could be done optimally. Like the whole month of June, I would get up every day and everyone had something new to submit, and the Discord was just booming, and it was phenomenal. Everyone kind of working together to
especially since there are so many like modes to play in this
Yeah.
game. Like AGDQ2019 have really taken care of like the replayability, the amount of modes that you play in this game. Again, this is just an extra mode that you get after completing the main game.
Yeah, maybe you can explain the differences of the modes.
Sure. So I primarily run normal, so I'll cover that.
Sure.
Where
Yeah.
Normal is essentially the most basic playthrough. You start the game as Zangetsu, who is going to be the final boss in this run, and as you
Spoilers, come on.
I'm sorry, you're going to see it eventually. As you beat each stage, you meet more of these characters, you unlock more of them, and you get them into your party. And
If you don't kill them.
if you don't kill, you can kill them to gain their powers. In which case, you get to run. ThaRixer.
Get to run Ultimate. So Ultimate mode is basically starting the game with fully powered up Zangetsu, so you get the benefit of all of the extra powers that you would get if you were to sacrifice your characters, but you do actually get to recruit them as well. So it's kind of the best of the both worlds. It has a dash function, a double jump, so Zangetsu himself becomes quite powerful in that mode, and you really won't see him too much in the other modes.
All right, this fight is pretty hard because I wanna do the frozen sickle strats again, and
Oh,
really
no.
bad.
Umbrella spawns.
I can do this.
Where the umbrellas spawn is entirely random, and ideally you want them closer to the center, and the more off to the edges, the worse the fight gets.
Nice.
This should be fine.
Oh,
Try this boss.
there we go. That's not too bad.
That's okay.
Yeah, this boss can really go awry if you don't get the right setup at the beginning of the fight.
This is also something that's changed recently as well, because we didn't used to have Sickle here. This is a fairly new strat. There were some new zips discovered. So basically your stage 5 to 7 has really kind of changed even within the last month. So this is some pretty fresh stuff.
Yeah, those sickle strats are actually slower than the old X strats, but for the upcoming zip in stage 7,
You make it
sickle
up.
is needed.
Yeah.
And there's no way to get the sickle before that zip.
I'm all for anything that changes old stage 7 into something much easier.
Why didn't you like that zip?
Well, it's not the zip that I had a problem with. It could soft lock the game, but if you knew what you were doing, it wasn't that bad. The problem I had was the frog room that came before it, which thankfully we avoid now. Now, by using 2 frozen sickles, he is going to push himself through the wall, skipping a majority of the level.
Yeah, that's a different kind of zip, because with this one you can actually go out of bounds to the side instead of just straight down.
He got bloodstained.
Oh yeah, stairs
Oh
don't
my
work in this
God.
game.
No.
Yeah.
They're consistently inconsistent. That's kind of a big joke within the community, to the point where there's an emote, like you will fall through stairs. As long as you approach the stairs in the same way every time, you will get the same result. But that's also true if you happen to fall through them. So if you're falling through a set of stairs, especially consistently and frequently, you just have to simply change your positioning, change your setup slightly, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, there are just some pixels where there's no hit collision for some reason.
Yeah. Rip tomato guy.
Yeah.
A small damage boost there.
I still love this song.
It's a
a
great
good
song.
Definitely.
I still love the boss of the stage, even though with the ice axe that we're about to plow into his forehead, you don't get to see much of what he can do, but aesthetically, I just think he is fantastic.
Nice hammer dodges.
Yeah, that's pretty tight with the high hammer.
So if you haven't noticed, between like stage 5 and onwards, the bosses here get super anti-creates, like super anime.
I really like the boss design, but we don't get to see much of it.
There we go.
He's got the coolest desperation attack coming up.
It's
in
so
my opinion.
anime.
It's so anime.
Look at this guy.
Look at him go.
Oh, you got it.
Blah.
We're going on to the final stage.
Yeah, this one is only in the Nightmare mode. Normal and Ultimate have a different final stage.
We don't know what stage 8 is. We just go from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you're going to see the number go from 7 to 9.
But this is really good music.
This is
Yeah.
really good music. This stage operates a bit differently from the stages we saw previously, where Laxxus is going to play through each segment as separate characters, and they can only be that character for that segment of the stage.
Yeah, I can't switch characters right now.
It's kind of like think of individual trials, if you will, for each
Yeah.
character. Yeah,
Good
this song
thing I
is
have that
banging.
axe.
I love this one.
Oh my god.
Stairs, please don't do that thing.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes those stairs don't let you walk down them, and the only thing you can do, to my knowledge, to get out of that is die.
Yeah, exactly. It's really rare, but I lost runs on PB pace to that.
Did we ever figure out what actually caused that?
No.
Okay.
Just hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good thing we're on 1.1.2, right?
Oh, nice.
Nice double axe.
Good stuff.
Okay, this one is scary.
Silent time.
Alfred is great. Well, actually, in the second room, I will try to get a psycho skip on those platforms. I hope I get it. It's pretty tight. Looking good.
So far. Very nice.
Nice.
It's good.
Casual me didn't know you could jump on those pillars under the lamps. I was like, where do I go?
Do I fly? How do you fly with Alfred?
Speaking of casual, there's also a casual difficulty for this game if you think it's too tough. So if you're looking to get into a game for speedrunning and you want something easy, there are very accessible options to speedrun this.
Yeah, in the casual version of this game, you don't suffer any knockback from enemy hits at all.
You take less damage and
You have unlimited lives?
Unlimited lives, you have more weapon power. The pots for weapon power give you more points.
Yep.
You have more health. It's very easy to get into.
Yeah, it's a really good foray into speedrunning this game. You know, the last of the...
The last of the trial and then on to the final boss.
I'm not sure what that is. It's like a star with a big
I
blade
have no
around
idea.
They get creative with their designs.
it. Yeah. So we haven't seen stairs like these anywhere before. Like,
Well, I mean, not walking down them.
no.
No.
No,
I think that's a
man.
nice touch. They know what they're paying homage to.
Not Alucard is trying to take his castle back.
So I love what they did with Zangetsu in this final boss fight here. The way they've oriented it is they force you to play as Miriam, and the other two characters kind of act as utility characters. So he's going to be focusing mainly on Miriam and watching the other characters kind of get cues as to what moves to expect.
This fight is also very random, however.
Yeah.
So
3 different patterns he can give me. That's the medium one.
Nice. 1, 2, 3.
One more hit. Oh, 2, 3. What? I can't even. I don't know.
time's going to be coming up
Time is
shortly.
coming up.
Yeah. So time is actually at loss of control.
Yeah, I have to defend Alfred. If one of those flames hit Alfred, then it's game over.
And you get an epic, like, special game over.
And time.
136.
Very nice.
That's a really good time.
That is
This is
a
a
really
very
good
good
time.
time.
Congrats, man.
Not even 20 seconds from my PB. That's good. Yeah, that was Bloodstained. I hope some people might wanna get into it. It's pretty easy to learn, actually.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
Like, everyone's super friendly, everyone's super helpful. We're always down to get anyone else into the game. It's a phenomenal game. It's obviously a fairly short run, which also helps make it accessible. Yeah, join the Discord, hit up any of us. We're always happy to help.
And also be sure to check out the speedrun.com resources. Like, there's a lot of, like we were saying, Alucard X60 made up a lot of the maps, a lot of the candle drop locations. There's some guy that routed, like, all damage values and HP values of like all the monsters, which we didn't get to, by the way. Like Ultimate version and Nightmare version have like souped up bosses, have like some like additional attack patterns and whatnot. But if that's not your speed, there's always the any %. There's always a Ultimate if you want to play Ninja Gaiden.
I've got an Ultimate mode tutorial up there. If anyone wants to learn Ultimate, there is a full tutorial up there.
Laxxus has a full normal tutorial. The strats are a little outdated, but honestly,
No, the normal tutorial is up to date. The Nightmare tutorial is outdated.
So yeah, if you like a modern take on classic Castlevania, definitely pick up Bloodstained. It's probably the best $10 you'll ever spend.
Yeah.
And,
so yeah, thanks everyone. It's been great.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
And we got more GDQ coming up. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much to Laxxus and crew for that great run of Bloodstained. We have $5 from Stage 4 Dragon with the comment, "Woo!" $25 from Mr. MKL, who says, "Shout outs to the Bloodstained crew. Loving the run. Loving the Screaming Dragon." On that note, $50 from Ace Kage, who says, "Woo!" Okay, we're going to go to a short ad break, so please stay tuned.
This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we rock. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man. This is how we win. This is how we roll, man.
Tokyo Attack specializes in bringing rare import Japanese games to conventions and events all across the country, featuring titles such as Yubi, Chunithm, Mai Mai, Taiko no Tatsujin, and much, much more. They host America's largest collection of independently owned import arcade cabinets. You can find their social media at facebook.com/Tokyo Attack Gaming and twitter.com/Tokyo Attack. Ape Out is a wildly intense and colorfully stylized smash-em-up about primal escape, rhythmic violence, and frenetic jazz. Ape Out slams its way onto Nintendo Switch and PC on February 7th. Visit apeout.com and wishlist it on Steam. You can also follow their social media at Gabe Cuzzillo. That is Gabe, Cuzzillo. We have $100 from Stackhouse, who says, "Best of luck to all the runners. Save the frames. Kill the cancer." We have $25 from Kisno, who says, "To GDQ and their amazing stream that always cheers me up. A friend of mine was diagnosed with cancer at 24, and he's now going through therapy, hopefully with a positive outcome. This is something that I won't forget. Thanks for your work." Thank you very much. We have $50 from Chimbraka, who says, "Hey, Laxxus, I've greatly enjoyed watching you freezing those sickles and shaving off time in this amazing game while lurking in your channel. Thanks for bringing Curse of the Moon to everyone at HDQ. Donation goes to Runner's Choice." Klaba donates $25 to say, "Hey, Punchy, hey, Laxxus. I couldn't decide who was going to get this donation, so you two both get to decide what this incentive goes to. Good luck on both of your runs." I'm not sure if joint incentives are a thing, but thank you very much. We have $250 from Eon the Eternal. I just had to watch the Castlevania block, especially when it ends with a game like Curse of the Moon. I lost my cousin and grandfather to cancer a few years back, so anything I can do to stop this curse is well worth it. Thank you very much, Eon. We have an interview coming up with ThaRixer in anticipation of his upcoming Jak 3 run. Take it away, folks.
Hey there, KungFuFruitcup here again with you. We are joined by, I hear, Ricky, or ThaRixer, who's getting ready to do his Jak 3 run. So we want to learn a little bit more about that. But first, I wanted to ask, it seems like you've been to a lot of marathons over the years.
Yes,
Can you tell us about your experience and how many games you've been able to run during the marathons?
Yeah, so I've actually got a bit of a streak going. I think I have been to speedrun marathons ever since ESA 2013. And I've pretty much been to every summer one since then. And then I've attended AGDQ 2016, 18, and now 19. And I've ran at all of them. So
all of them?
Yeah, all of them.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Somehow, magically, I've avoided the rejection on the schedule. I've somehow done that. But that is now a 10 streak.
Wow, keeping up your streak.
Yeah.
Wow, well, congratulations. That's really
Thank
cool.
you.
So then when it comes to marathons, do you have any kind of advice or tips you would give to somebody who's maybe running for the first time?
Yeah, the thing that's quite difficult about submitting to a marathon and getting in is making sure, figuring out what hasn't been done yet, just bringing something new to the table and like figuring out new ideas. For example, like, you know, sometimes Super Metroid gets like submitted a lot. For example, you got to like find new categories, new ideas, and think of cool things. I remember seeing this. I think it was a run with it was Andy and I don't remember the other guy. I'm sorry, Oates. There you go. They did like a co-op sort of Link to the Past and Super Metroid thing, and like combining that. That's a super cool idea, and I think it's something a lot of people want to see. So just make sure to be, you don't have to be innovative immediately if you're submitting a game that's actually never been seen, in my opinion. But if it's something that's, you know, like it's a recurring thing, I think you have to think of something different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So keeping it fresh.
Basically, yeah.
So then with your run coming up, is there anything cool or interesting we should be looking out for?
The incentive, for sure.
Okay,
I haven't actually looked at where the incentive is at, but it's going to be so great. I'm not going to say a whole lot about what you're about to see, except that in 2018, so this is the first Jak run where you're going to see this. This exists in all Trilogy Jak games. There's what's known as the debug code that was found this year. Okay. And the debug code is essentially it's like a developer code, so you can fly around and do a bunch of stuff. It's like the dev tools that were put into the game, and you can do a bunch of whack stuff with it. And yeah, you're going to see that on stream.
So we can see a little bit.
Yeah, so I hope that's going to get met. It's going to be good.
That would be great. Guys, you hear that? Let's hope that gets met so that we can check that out. That's really cool.
I want to see it.
So how about your community? Is there anything cool that the community's been up to? As you've mentioned, the debug codes. What else is going on? Yeah,
there's been a few things for sure. Earlier on in the year, like in Jak 1 especially, there's been a lot of discoveries. There's been a segmented run made by Mike. He did a really good job on that, and we're also basically trying to find like the next sort of barrier skip in Jak 1, where so if I were to compare it to Mario 64, you need 72 power cells to beat the game. We found the 72 like barrier break, so you can beat it with 20 cells now, but we're trying to beat it with 7 now, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not like viable yet for runs, but there's one person that's done it on console just once, and so we know it's like technically doable. So we're trying to figure out a way to incorporate that, perhaps.
Right, and to make that consistent.
Yeah, it's going to probably be hell to begin with, but hopefully there's going to be something that's going to make it runnable.
Right.
As for the other games, there's been some optimization with I think it was this year when Jak 2 broke the 1 hour mark, so that's pretty big.
Nice.
So that's nice. Jack 3 hasn't seen a whole lot. Just mostly me and a guy called Goofy optimizing No Out of Bounds, the category you're about to see now, and then all missions.
Cool.
So that's that.
Well, I hear Goofy is the wisest character in the Kingdom Hearts universe, so.
Oh yeah, he's the
So
champ.
it must be helpful.
No, he's the champ of Jack 3. So don't underestimate him.
That's awesome. So I think we could go to a little social media if you want to get a quick question or two.
For sure.
How does that sound? All right, so this is from Thunkyo, who asks, what got you into running Jack 3?
Oh man. So the first game I ever ran was Crash 2, and I was on SRL doing a bunch of races and stuff like that. And then I realized in my head, like, I could be running so many games. Like, I've got like a whole library, right? So I was sitting like, I must have been like 15 or something like that. I was sitting bored in a math class, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play Jack 3. That sounds fun. I went home and realized how long the run was. Just didn't practice or anything, didn't route anything. I just jumped into it, and I'm like, I can't do this. And it was too long. I didn't research anything, and it was just way too long. But then I started getting into it more, finding the skips and making the game shorter and not like 4 hours long. And started becoming more around an hour and a half, and it just became really fun, and I've just kept doing it over the years.
Cool. And you've run a bunch of games in between then, right?
Yeah, for sure. I keep coming back to Jack 3, and usually I don't actually come back to games a whole lot. I usually like to, go in a game, just dismantle it, and then leave. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've done that with a few games. I remember God of War. I came in just like I played it so much, like every single day for 2 months. Got the record, and then just pieced.
Nice.
Pieced when I got it.
Well, at least Jack.
I see you, Rag.
So Jack has a special place in your heart then.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
That's kind of one of my firsts.
That's
yeah.
awesome. So we are so excited to see that coming up. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And let's pass it back off. Good luck to the next run coming up.
Thank you to Ricky for his insight. And I am happy to announce that the Jack 3 Glitch Exhibition donation incentive has been met. So Ricky, you get your wish. Yeah, give it up. Give it up for Ricky, everyone. What a guy. We have $75 from Christian Palace Guard, who says, have watched the past year GDQ speedruns on YouTube, and I finally get to watch it live. First time donating, but not the last this week. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. Thank you very much. We have $100 from Slam Hammond, who says, hi, take my money. Thanks, smiley face. Gladly. Thank you very much, Slam Hammond. $100 from Noob Games, who says, first time watching, donating to a GDQ Live. Good luck to all the runners and the awesome work they do for charity. Destroy those games. Thank you very much. And $50 from Anonymous, who says, first time watching AGDQ Live. I have this entire week off because I'm switching jobs. Couldn't have picked a better week to have off. And $50 from Glovebait, who says, here is the problem with AGDQ. It makes all these games look so easy. None of this is easy, except maybe Strider. Anyone can Strider. Thank you very much, Glovebait. And another $50 from Gearbox X, who says, first time catching an AGDQ Live. Long-time fan, keep up the great runs, everyone. Thank you very much. We have $250 from Ash Bearfox, who says, 2 years ago, my father was diagnosed with laryngeal cancer. He recovered but lost his voice. While I sadly will never hear him again, I am lucky to still have him in my life. AGDQ is my favorite gaming event of the year and has helped me stay positive while my dad was going through treatment. Time to give back. Thank you very much, Ash. It means a lot. $10 from Taros, who says, please keep up the good work to fight cancer. Coming up to almost a year cancer-free for myself and my father, so the cause is close to my heart. Thank you very much. We We have $25 from Esoteric Harmony, who says, love the Castlevania block and had to throw my name for some of those awesome prizes. Well done to all the runners, and here's to vanquishing cancer even quicker than some of those bosses. Thank you very much, Esoteric. We have $5 from Slippery Anvil, who says, I suggest that everyone watching on Twitch donate $5. A little bit by a lot of people goes a long way. If there's a whole page of $5 donations, I'll donate an extra $250. Thank you very much. And he has a point. He's right, you know. We have $25 from Dr. Madnar, who says, just wanted to donate a little since cancer research is very important to me since I've lost my grandfather and grandmother. And the most recent would be my mother in November of 2017. Let's all help to beat this disease so others don't have to go through the pain of losing a loved one. Couch can decide what incentive to put the money to. Thank you very much. We have an anonymous $100 donation with no comment. Thank you very much, Anonymous. We have $250 from Splatsune, who says, good afternoon from Australia. Sending in my donation early since I'll miss the Splatoon Octo expansion run tomorrow. I'm looking forward to so many of the runs and will check out as much as I can during the week. Good luck everyone with your runs and don't get cooked. Thank you very much. We have an anonymous $50 donation who says, long-time watcher, first-time donator. Watching the Fun Cannons Oblivion run a few years ago was what inspired me to try that route. I didn't get a good time, but oh well. Put this towards naming the Morrowind file name Todd Howard. By his game. Thank you very much, Anonymous.